Well, this video was made in July 2009, and the mooring at which you see the boat berth is paid for right up till April next year, that's 2010. This is a serious liverboard boat, very, very safe. It's a Colvic bottom, 11 metres overall, and I've sailed her many thousands of miles, including all around the Baltic, as well as bow 2 mooring. You can see that the bow is quite high, so for berthing bow 2 I had this ladder made, which is stowed there. There it is against the handrail, and it goes on the bow. And then lowered down to the necessary height. It makes very easy access for anybody. Right, well, that's North Cellar, so let's go inside now and have a look. Come into the wheelhouse here, and this is where I spend most of my time, along with any guests, either sitting there around the table or over there in the watch sheet, from which you get a good view of everything, and there's windows give a panoramic view all the way around for everybody in the wheelhouse. Right, so from the watch seat here I can actually steer using this button, or if it gets a bit close I can use the wheel. And that's the view that I've got. So from the wheelhouse we can just go down a couple of steps here into the saloon, which is there, and you can seat, well, I've seated about 6-7 people around there. And the other side we have the galley, very compact but very workable, with a refrigerator, 4-ring gas stove with oven and grill, the sink there, and the crockery storage at the back. And down in the corner here we have the access door to the engine room. So from the saloon we can go down this short corridor into the guest cabin in the bow, with its little dressing table there, and 2 bunks, one at the top there and a lower one. They're full length bunks, very comfortable, never had any complaints. There's the escape ladder up to the hatch in the roof, and the deck head to be nautical, and there's the 2 bunks. And then walking again aft, this is the centre cabin, which I use as a store, but it has also 2 bunks and its own wardrobe behind the door. And across the corridor from here we have the heads. There they are. There's the toilet, which is sea toilet, but it also has a holding tank. Now we go back up into the wheelhouse and down into the after cabin, the main cabin, where we have a double bed, very, very comfortable, I can assure you, and very practical. There's plenty of storage space, nice mirror, nice little dressing table, and in here I keep the booze supply, and this here is the wardrobe, although I do store things on top as well. And this was an ensuite, which I don't use it as an ensuite, but there's a WC in there and a wash hand basin. I just use it as a storage and use the main toilet. Very comfortable indeed. Right, now we'll deal with some of the technical stuff. First of all, the instruments. There's the radar, the GPS, and the depth finder, the autopilot, which is the T-Trek, very old, but it still work. Engine instruments there, Navtex there, ordinary radio and VHF radio, and of course we have the steering compass. And now we'll start the engine. It all starts up nicely. Well, there's the engine room. Access is quite easy via a galley, and you can take the deck boards off in the wheelhouse to get at a more major maintenance. 2 fuel tanks, total capacity 135 gallons. And that's our gas storage locker. 3 small canisters of Keil gas in there. And under the bunk in the middle cabin there is a holding tank for toilet water with a manual pump out there, so if you're at sea you can empty it if you're not in a restricted area. And there's the deck outlet for use for the machine, or indeed when you do it by hand. And for cold nights there's this diesel heater which is in the saloon, and it's gravity fed from a little diesel tank in that box there. Once in harbour I enjoy sitting out on the bow deck with a glass of wine and watch the world go by. Cheers. Well, this is the marina where she's berthed at the moment in Holland, and as I've mentioned before, the mooring is paid right up till April next year, 2010. It's a very attractive little marina, and there she is berthed over there. The Norcella is a registered vessel, and there's the registration plate for the tonnage. Norcella was built in 1977, and in all that time she's only had 2 owners. I'm the second one, and the first one cried when he sold it to me, and I think I'm going to shed a few tears when I say goodbye to her. She's been very kind to me. I've sailed all around the Hebrides, all around the Baltic, and numerous times around Holland. And she's always kept me safe, and she's always been comfortable. If you want to know any more about her, please contact me just by responding to this video, or you can see more of her by looking on my other videos, Back to the Baltic Part 1 and Early Start by Boat to Den Helder.